Teleportation. It's not as easy as it looks.
What are we talking about today?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to What Are We Talking About? Today we're talking about teleportation, referring to basically the kind that is in Star Trek or other forms of science fiction. I read an interesting article today. On the Facebook page, I fucking love science, which, if you're not following that and you do love science, you should fucking follow it because it's got really cool stuff on it. But anyways, so there was this article talking about how Michio Kaku, who is an theoretical physicist, he's one of the people who helped create string field theory, the equation that is basically the equation for string theory, which I'm not going to get into that right now. But anyways, Michio Kaku says that by the end of the century, we will be able to teleport people from one place to another. Because we've already done it with atoms. And it's the reason why it works with atoms is because quantum physics has such weird things about it that particles can be in more than one place at a time. At least this is my understanding. I'm not a physicist, so I don't know for sure. But with my understanding is that there's two different ways of teleportation. One is you literally teleport all the physical atoms from one place to another. Which, if you can do it with one, why can't you do it with a whole group? That makes sense. There's another form of teleportation where you convert matter into energy, then send the energy, and then convert it back into matter. That makes less sense for a couple reasons. Number one, matter is made of energy, but you can't really convert it back and forth without at least losing a little bit. You can convert the energy that's in a piece of wood into heat energy, but you lose some of it with light and sound, right? When you make a fire. That's the chemical energy stored in the log being turned into heat, light, and sound energies. Now, if you tried to do that and somehow convert all of a person's matter into energy, which I don't really think you can, but if you could, it wouldn't be 100% efficient because nothing is 100% efficient. There will be some sort of energy lost to some other form, and then when you go to rebuild it, you have energy. You needed to have also sent the template of what that energy needs to turn back into. So you need to send that information as well to be able to reconstruct the person as you want them, as they were before. Now, here's another problem with that. If you get turned into energy, transported over here, and then turned back into a person, are you still that same person as you were before? I think that you're not. I think that teleportation is risky business because you're basically destroying a person over here, destroying them, and then over here reconstructing them. And the problem with that is, like I just said, the information. So if you take if you build a building out of Lego, okay, and you take that whole building apart and put all the pieces on the ground, and somebody else builds that exact same building that you built to the same specifications, is it the same building? Another way to look at this. There's a man that owns a wooden ship. Okay, like a pirate ship kind of a thing, right? Every so often, every couple months, he replaces a board on the ship. But he keeps all of the old boards that he took off of the ship. So, after about 2 years, every board on the ship has been replaced. But he also kept all the old boards. Now, if you put all those old boards together, is that the first ship? Or is the ship that he's still using the first ship? Because all you did was slowly replace it with something else, but now it's something else, and the whole thing is something else entirely. And it's that same kind of idea with teleportation. If you deconstruct somebody and turn them into energy and then reconstruct that energy back into matter, it's not the same person that it was. It's just a reconstruction of that person. So I'm not saying that the new person wouldn't be exactly the same as the old person. That's possible. What I'm saying is that basically when this person gets deconstructed and turned into energy, that person's gone. And this person may be exactly like them in every way, but they're still not that same person. Even if they have all the memories, all the quirks, everything about them, it's still not the same person because it's a reconstruction of that person. Now, with the other form of teleportation, we kind of have similar issues. Michio Kaku is right in saying that they teleported atoms. That's true, that's cool. But first of all, one atom is not the same as a whole bunch of atoms. And even if you do end up sending a whole group of atoms, which make up a physical object, just because you can teleport it, do we know that it will keep that same shape? So if I teleport my phone, and I just teleport all the atoms from this phone across the room, how do I know that when they teleport there, they'll still be in the shape of this phone? That's just some of the things that scientists just have to kind of still work out. But like he said, it's not going to happen until the end of the century if it happens. And so the thing about that is, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be here by the end of the century. I was born in 92. That means that by the year 2100, I'll be 108 years old. So even if there is teleportation, it's probably not going to affect me. I don't think I would even like to be teleported just until I wouldn't want to be the first person to teleport. I'd want it to be proven before I tried it. But even though there is some problems faced with teleportation, it's the very most early stages that we've ever... it's not like we're very far into it. They've only teleported an atom, but they have successfully teleported an atom. So that means that it's physically possible to teleport a person in the future, I think. At least if you continue on, if you look at the path, we were able to make a phone call, and then we were able to make phone calls for cheaper, and now everyone can make video phone calls for super cheap. Technology just advances and becomes cheaper and cheaper. And so if they have a single atom teleported, maybe eventually they'll be able to figure out how to teleport a small group of atoms, maybe even a molecule. And then if they figure that out, they can just eventually get more advanced and more advanced. And it's true. There is a physical possibility of teleportation, but it's very, very far off. Anyways, let me know what you think of teleportation down below. Do you think that it's going to happen in your lifetime? Do you think that it's never going to happen? Let me know down in the comments. Also, hit like if you enjoyed this video. We make 1 to 2 videos a week. Please subscribe to get updated whenever we make a new one. If you have any questions, or if you have anything that you want us to talk about on this show, tweet your questions to @whatwetalkin', or email it to whatwetalkinabouttoday@gmail.com. That's it. Never stop learning.